hi, how are you? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever and wherever it is that you decided to watch this video. And for today, I am going to be giving my very first impressions on Destiny 2: The Final Shape, the expansion to end this 10-year Light and Darkness Saga that started all the way back in 2014. Jesus Christ. To give a bit of context with my history with Destiny as a franchise, I started playing the game back in 2015. I've heard of Destiny, but I didn't play it throughout year one because I heard it wasn't that good. But then I've just kept hearing people saying, no, it's actually pretty good. And then the Taken King kind of impressed me, specifically the Warlock Stormcaller subclass that called me. I wanted to play as that. And I've played through Taken King, I've played through Rise of Iron when that came out, completely skipped out on Destiny 2 throughout years 1 and 2. I didn't want to bother with that game. I've moved on to other stuff in my life, and then I picked up the game when it became free to play with Shadowkeep. Barely played anything of year 3 at all, but then I decided to officially come back in 2020 with the launch of Beyond Light, and after that it's history because I have over 3,000 hours into this game and I absolutely love it. And because of that, we are now here, the end of this saga. What are my thoughts? And before I go into my thoughts, I do want to talk about Lightfall because I feel like what I'm about to say, it's important. I didn't hate Lightfall as much as other people hated Lightfall, but I was still heavily disappointed when I beat that campaign. I thought the story wasn't that good. I thought the campaign itself was fun. I thought Neomuna was fun, but the story itself left me wanting so much more. I was really disappointed at launch with that campaign. And the reason why I say that, the reason why it's important for me to say that, is because I feel like what I'm about to say may sound hyperbole, but maybe not. The Final Shapes campaign is quite possibly one of the best campaigns that Bungie has ever produced for the Destiny franchise. Certainly better than Lightfall. Certainly better than something like Beyond Light or Shadowkeep. It's almost on par with the Witch Queen. And I absolutely love that expansion. I love that campaign. And quite possibly, unpopular opinion, this might be a better campaign than the Taken King and Forsaken. That's a pending statement. The campaign is technically finished at this point. We have to wait post raid to unlock the final mission. But after playing through the base campaign on legendary difficulty, Bungie knocked it out of the park with this expansion. I was so worried after Lightfall that Bungie wasn't just not gonna land on their feet with this expansion. It was gonna be a hard job to do. Lightfall was so disappointingly not good, and that was the penultimate expansion. I was wondering, how in the world is Bungie going to redeem themselves after that? And they did. I can't stress enough how good this campaign is, and I'm not gonna spoil the campaign right now. It's still too early. I'll do a separate impressions video / review of the Final Shape once we see the raid, once we see what happens post raid, and possibly also once we see Act 1 of Episode Echoes, because that launches next week. So I'll probably do a full review after that. But from what I play now, everything from characters, from pacing, from mission design, from world design, everything is knocked out of the park. And to touch a bit on the characters a bit, I didn't realize how much I missed Cade as a character after playing this game. You know, I didn't hate Nimbus. They were fine for me, but they are not Cade. They clearly wanted Nimbus to be a Cade, but he wasn't a Cade. I mean, excuse me, they weren't a Cade. And clearly also this Cade is so much better than the Cade that we got during the Red War campaign. This is more in line with the Cade that we got in Destiny 1 and the Taken King. He's still funny, he's still a fun character, but they don't overdo the quips, the laughs, the ha-has with him. He's still a serious character that's just naturally funny and charismatic, and when they need him to be serious, when they need him to put his foot down, he puts his foot down, and it is believable. His interactions with characters like Crow, him being back with both Zavala and Ikora was just so amazing to see. And you know, characters like Crow, Zavala, and Ikora, they get their moments to shine. And with Zavala specifically, it is absolutely sad that Lance Reddick cannot experience this version of Zavala, because Zavala goes through a character arc in this game that I sort of wish Lance was there to witness and to voice, but sadly he can't. So we have Keith David, who does an amazing job, by the way, because it's Keith David. He was going to do an amazing job anyways, and he really does respect Lance's legacy as this character, and he does Zavala justice. And you know, just speaking of the campaign in general, the missions design are so much better than whatever it is Lightfall tried to do. And I didn't hate Lightfall's level mission design. I thought those were the best parts of the campaign. But this knocks it out of the park completely. This is such an improvement over Lightfall, and it reminds me so much more of the Witch Queen, but even more, it's still even better than Witch Queen, because they introduce a lot of light raid mechanics to keep you on your feet, to keep you focused, and that makes the campaign so much fun to play through, especially on legendary difficulty. If you are going to play the final shape, play it on legendary difficulty. You are going to have such a blast. You are going to hate yourself at times. You're going to want to have the desire to lower the difficulty at certain points, but if you push through, you are going to have an amazing experience with the missions in this campaign. Also, without spoilers, I've gotten a lot of Taken King vibes with this expansion throughout certain moments throughout the campaign. There was a lot of Taken King vibes, and I absolutely love it, but I won't spoil why. I'll probably talk about that later. You know, I've been playing through the campaign on my Warlock, which is my main class throughout Destiny 2, and because of that, I only got to experience the Warlock's new Solar Super and the Warlock Prismatic subclasses, and those two are incredibly fun to use. The Solar Super is such a blast to use and just spam the melees and the grenades, and the little solar buddy that you get is so amazing to use, and it might just replace the solar build that I use for endgame content because of how much fun it is. And Transcendence and Prismatic in general is so great. At least the Warlock kit that I used, it was so fun to use. I used that throughout the campaign, and it felt nice. The Transcendence grenade that you get from it is so amazing to use to crowd control. And yeah, those were amazing additions to the game. I still haven't tried out the warlock, the Titan or the Hunter ones. I'll probably do that later, but for right now, from what I played, the new Super and Prismatic are an amazing addition. Another amazing addition, the Dread. We finally get a new enemy faction in this game, and they are so annoying. They are so hard, but my god, they are so fun to fight against, and I'm just so happy that we have actual new enemies with new movesets, with new abilities to fight against. And I'm just surprised that this didn't happen sooner, but I'm just glad that we finally have this, and I can't wait until they are added to stuff like Gambit and to stuff like Dares of Eternity and Onslaught also. And like always, there are also post-campaign missions in which you get a bunch of the exotics related to the expansions. I haven't done them all, I've only done one of them, but I'm not gonna go into spoilers. But so far, they are pretty juicy when it comes to the story. I'll just leave it at that, because I still haven't done them all, but yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for my first impressions. These are impressions pre-raid. The raid comes out tomorrow, so we'll see if my opinions change after the raid and what happens after it. And hopefully the servers tomorrow are a million times better than what they were at launch, because yikes. So yeah, those are my first impressions. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think of the final shape? Have you played the final shape? Are you interested in playing the final shape? Again, leave those in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, because next week I'm probably going to be doing my full impressions on this expansion. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.